Hey y'all, welcome to another week. So this week we're going to get into the event, the showdown, the looking at and seeing who the God of Elijah was, and how he proved himself in an incredible way. And we're going to start reading in 1 Kings 18, verse 22. And remember that the prophet is the mouthpiece of God in the Old Testament, that he is the one that God spoke through to the people. And so Elijah issues this challenge, and we closed out last week really singing that Elijah put it out plain before the people. He called them on what was going on, that we've accepted and we've dulled down and we've tolerated and we have invited in and really contaminated our worship of God. And he says in verse 22, Elijah said to the people, I only remain a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. So he issues this challenge and he says, let 2 bulls be given us. Let them choose 1 bull for themselves and cut it in pieces and lay it on the wood, but put no fire to it. I will dress the other bull, lay it on the wood, and put no fire to it. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord Jehovah. And the one who answers by fire, let him be God. And the people answered, it is well spoken. In verse 25, Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, choose 1 bull for yourself and dress it first, for you are many. And call on the name of your God, but put no fire under it. All right, so we're going to stop at verse 25. One thing that jumped out to me as I was reading and studying, I love, this is the only way I know how to put it, the confidence of Elijah. He is speaking the words that God has already given him. And so he has no question about what the outcome of this challenge is going to be. He's not concerned. He's not worried. He already knows what's going to happen because the Father has issued this challenge and Elijah knows who God is. All right. But the really cool thing that just connects with me is that Elijah in the challenge says, let 2 bulls be given to us, but let them choose 1. Let them choose for themselves. So he is allowing the other side to go first. Usually, given the opportunity, we always want to choose first because there would be some advantage to choosing first, or, should Elijah have chosen first, it could have been said that there was something different about his bull, or that, he had an advantage over. And so by Elijah letting or telling the prophets of Baal to choose their bull first, it really shows his confidence. It shows that he has no worry or concern. And I love the story of Abraham. I think there's so much in it for us. There's so much in the Bible anyway, but Abraham let Lot choose first. If we go to Genesis 13, so Abraham went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with them, into the south, the country of Judah, the Negev. Now Abram was extremely rich in livestock and in silver and in gold. Abraham was a wealthy man. And he journeyed on from the south as far as Bethel to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai, where he had built an altar at first, and there Abram called on the name of the Lord. But Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. Now the land was not able to nourish and support them so they could dwell together, for their possessions were too great for them to live together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's cattle and the herdsmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite were dwelling then in the land, making fodder more difficult to obtain, which of course was necessary for their livestock. So in Genesis 13:8, Abram said to Lot, "Let there be no strife, I beg of you, between you and me, between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are relatives. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself, I beg of you, from me. If you take the left, I will go to the right. If you choose the right, I will go to the left." And Lot looked and saw that everywhere the Jordan Valley was well watered. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, it was all like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt as you go to Zoar. Then Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and he traveled east, so they separated. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the Jordan Valley, and moved his tent as far as Sodom and dwelt there. And so Abram let Lot look, survey the land, and choose what he wanted first. And we're going to pick up here tomorrow because there's a couple keys I want to pick out of there. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.